Camera action. Oh, this
Skibbity
live?
bop
Like
ba
people
doop.
live
No, it's
watching
not
it?
live, but
Oh.
it means we're live. So that means I got to do the song. The boss says do the song. Skibbity bop ba doop bop ba doo ba da boo. The Come Up TV. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages? Welcome to the Come Up TV. My name's Catfish Swaggerjacker. I'm the man behind the scenes, Nate Richter. You don't get to see him. We've set it up tonight with two very special guests. It's been a long time coming for this one. Rrdblocks and Mr. Todd Lyons. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We are psyched to have you out here. So now, Todd did a TCU TV with us before, and we delved into it. And then I was out of the country, and you were in town. So you did the no jumper thing with Adam. But I don't think a lot of BMX riders have seen that or have know your story. So we brought you back in. So welcome. I guess the first thing is, how did you guys link up? How did this whole SE Bikes thing happen with you guys?
I seen him riding the Flowville Flyer back, how many years ago? That 4 years or so?
Yeah, like 4 years.
Yeah, you got to talk to this bad boy.
Yeah, like 4 years.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just seen him on Instagram, and he had, just like you said the other day, like 5,000 followers. I think he lied though. I think he had like 12,000 or something.
I don't even remember.
But it
jumped. I remember it jumped real fast at one point.
At one point, I was tripping like, holy shit, he's got a lot of followers, and it was literally like 12,000, which was like a big deal back then. And then anyway, I just seen him riding on a Flowville, and we was coming out with a new bike, and I was like, man, I need to get this motherfucker on this bike.
Did you see it as a liability though? Because what he was doing so not traditionally what your target audience is into.
No,
as far as jumping in front of buses and stuff.
No, not really. I mean, the SE's parent company, like the CEO and stuff, like they could have looked at it either way. They could have tried to shut the whole thing down. You know, I mean, for example, GT. You see any GT rider, I'm not dissing GT or whatever, but their parent company said you guys got to wear helmets.
There's an absolute image, and
you got to wear helmets, no matter what, And then the first video they did of like the bike life, it was all their freestyle guys over in Taiwan, and they all had helmets riding around the streets, and it just looked orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, white guys, and just anyway. But what I'm trying to say though, I mean, we're wearing helmets more now, or whatever. But back a few years ago, nobody's really wearing helmets. And anyway, but they could have kind of shut it down and said, Todd, this is liability. And actually, we have an in-house lawyer. And one of the videos we showed, we posted. He called me and he's like, Todd, you guys are riding through the crosswalk with people walking in it.
Of all the things that he could point out,
like, dude, so I had to go and like find all these freestyle videos and be like, all these freestyle videos and show them, like, look, brand after brand after brand. They're jumping on schools, they're trespassing, they're grinding, they're breaking shit. I was like, that's just what we, it's normal shit. And I was going through a crosswalk, And
what was it like for you? I'm sure that, getting sponsored, maybe when you were a kid, that would have been like a dream. But I think we all get to a point, 17, 18, you're like, the whole sponsored thing might not happen. How was it for you to get the call to be like, yo, we're psyched on what you're doing. We want you to rep our company?
I was hyped.
Yeah?
I was hyped. I wasn't expecting it, though. So
how did it all go down? How'd the call go down?
He just hit me up, tell me what he wanted to send me. It was the Travis Barker, right?
Yeah.
Send me one of the first Travis Barker bikes, the Big Ripper.
What'd you think? Like,
I was happy.
What is your
$700?
What'd your family think when you started getting all this publicity and free stuff?
They still think I'm crazy to this day. Yeah.
Do they get it now though? Do they understand? Yeah.
They understand it now.
At what point did you realize that, man, you're out there putting videos? I don't even remember what the first video of you that went viral, but like
bus swerve.
That was probably the bus swerve.
The bus.
What kind of response did you get with that one?
I got a lot of love and hate with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How well known do people know you in NYC? Do people holler at you all the time?
Yeah, everywhere I go, people go crazy. Yo, Rrdblocks, yo, what up?
So, what's your driving force behind this? Because I know, like, with a lot of BMX riders, it's, okay, I want to go out and I want to do tricks and accomplish this. With your steps, it was a little bit different because it was kind of like you were creating your own path. What was, like, your mindset when you first started doing this and the direction you wanted to take it?
I just wanted to keep that wheel up. That was it.
Yeah?
Yeah, just keep the wheel up.
How'd you learn how to ride?
Watching videos.
Yeah? Like BMX videos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Flatland, BMX, all of that.
I saw yesterday you got some flatland skills. You took Eddie Fiola's bike. Talk about like a clash of cultures. I never in a million years thought that I would see you borrowing Eddie Fiola's bike. You met some legends yesterday. Well, and some people
met him before.
You. Yeah?
I met him at Spring. He was at Spring Fling, right?
No.
Who? No, that
Maybe
was
out here before.
Maybe it's Martin.
that was Dominguez.
No, yeah, Dominguez, yeah.
So I
Kaufman.
had no idea that you were even in town, and a couple of days ago I saw you posted that you're doing a bike ride meetup in Huntington Beach, and I said I got to go to this. I'd never been to one of these things before. I've seen all of your videos, obviously I've seen all your videos, and I kind of wasn't ready for it. As soon as I arrived, I was the only BMX bike there for a long time, and I'm thinking to myself, this is like going to be a ride. It's not like a BMX ride where we go from spot to spot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
These
Yeah, we
motherfuckers
ride.
are going to ride.
Pedal.
How was
know-
yesterday? How was yesterday for you? What was
It was
yesterday
dope. It was
like?
pretty dope. But you ain't never been on a New York ride.
That's what you were telling me yesterday.
That's a ride.
How long? How many miles are we talking?
About 40, 50.
40 miles.
And that's just that ride. I ride like almost 200 miles sometimes.
You are one of those guys that I love seeing you post on Instagram because it's always something that's going to make me smile. But you're also one of those guys that rides every single day. Like you,
All day.
What in the snow? Like in the snow,
It's easy.
it's easy.
To me, it's easy. You just got to know how to ride.
Doesn't it just get cold and annoying? Your tires washing out.
No. I don't get tired.
Are you a bike messenger in NYC?
No, not no more. I don't do that. No
You did.
more.
What was that like?
It was actually good because they was paying us a lot. Now they paying like $2 a delivery.
Really?
Yeah, that sucks.
You
Then
get
you get paid like $1 each mile. That sucks even more.
What
you
they
go
pay,
3 miles, that's $3.
what they pay before?
They was paying us like $20 a delivery.
oh damn! Well, just delivering everything.
It's like $5 each mile. So
Damn, that's a good lick. I've seen kids.
I
that
got paid
they,
like $60 to go like 3 miles one time.
Damn. Do a lot of people do that in NYC?
Yeah, a lot of people do that now. That's why the price
Wow,
is low.
yeah.
Oh, that's probably why, huh? How many rides have you been on since this whole getting sponsored thing, going viral? I see you. You're all over the place traveling. I see you out in Florida.
Yeah.
What's it like when you show up at these events? I mean, yesterday when I was one of those guys. I was like, oh shit, that's Rrdblocks. But it had to be cool because dudes you don't even know in a state you don't even know who you are, and they want to take pictures with you.
I'm used to it now, so don't bother me.
It's normal. But did you
Yeah.
ever see this? That's
Nah,
the thing.
I never seen this happen. I just wanted to ride.
Yeah, we posted that. I mean, he posted that, that he's coming to HB. He posted it like, Monday night?
Yeah.
I posted it on the SE pages, on Tuesday morning. And, like, hey, in 6 hours, D-Block's going to be here. Next thing you know, 100 dudes rolled up. People
Yeah,
drove.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
People drove from Santa Barbara. They drove from India. They drove from, he got picked up. Yeah, but
They
guys
came from Santa
From
Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No way. You come from Santa Cruz. That's
Me and my dad and my mom drove down.
just for Rrdblocks.
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's got pool like that, and especially when he comes and some of these ride outs where we bring the whole squad.
Yeah.
There's Twisted 700, these other homies, Mo Blocks and Art BMX and D-Blocks. Get them all in their uniforms and stuff. It's just
Running
it's
out.
like
I saw the
showstopper.
the remake of the Easy E video you guys did. That was awesome. Did you have fun doing that?
Hell yeah.
Let me
I
guess
knew all
who's-
the lyrics. They did it.
Todd definitely knew it.
Todd
You
knew-
definitely knew
come
all
on.
the lyrics. The whole big bike movement is still kind of new in the world of bicycle riding. I know it's been real popular up here. What's it been like for you guys? Because since you moved on from BMX, you're still pushing this whole big bike movement, and now you got these ride outs all over the world. I know the BMX Goonies that do the ride from
Yep.
Hollywood down to LA. What's it been like the last? Explain even the boom to me, because I don't even know where it is market wise.
Yeah, well, the BMX shit. The BMX and bike sales in general, bike shops closing, like the whole industry is kind of struggling a little bit right now, and our SE sales are through the roof.
Really?
Like we doubled our sales from 2 years ago, and it's mostly due to the big wheel BMX bikes.
But I think even the demographic is even last night, most of the guys are over the age of 25 that have the bikes. They've
Some
Well,
of
that's
them-
Cali.
some
That's
of them was
Cali.
50.
See,
Yeah, Cali.
what's weird? If you look at the average age of a ride out group ride, whether it's 4130 Subway Series, that's the biggest ones out here. They go every third Saturday,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
leave at Hollywood and Vine. Those are the ones that get 300, 400, 500 people. Not every week, sometimes 200. But anyway, if there's 300 people, the average age is probably 26 or something. And then in New York, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you go on a big ass ride, the average age is 20. And then
Yeah,
in
some
Philly,
15.
yeah,
like,
but
a lot of
and then
them.
in Philly, the average age is 16.
Wow.
It's just a younger. California is more of an older demographic because of the old school BMX shit. So a lot of the old school guys are buying the SE bikes or buying the big wheel BMX bikes and going on these rides. But in Philly, there is no real old school BMX scene, but there's a lot of kids and a lot of kids on bikes, you know? So
A lot of kids popping wheelies.
Yeah. So
It also strikes me as, no offense to New York or Philly, but it also seems like the rides out here, there's less laws being broken because
Well,
some of the videos
they-
that
New
I've seen
York
of you,
sucks. They got all kinds of crazy laws. You can't ride on the sidewalk. Can't go the opposite way. Can't have both
Kind of bullshit is
AirPods
that?
in your ear. You gotta make a hand signal when you turn.
how many tickets have you gotten in your day?
I got about 12 tickets.
What's the fine for having headphones in?
I don't know.
You didn't get a headphone fine?
They didn't stop me. I don't stop no more. I haven't stopped since I haven't got stopped by them in like 5 years.
you haven't got stopped
Yeah,
by them, or you haven't stopped.
you haven't gotten caught.
Yeah, I haven't got caught in 5 years. They got
Knock on wood.
yeah. Not getting caught. I don't want to feel like a criminal.
What's some of the craziest things you've seen? Have you ever been hit by a car?
Yeah, I got smacked in the back. My God, that shit was-
What happened?
I don't know. I guess I turned and he just smashed into the back of me.
Bust the back wheel up?
Nah, my right side was swollen over to my ass cheek. Had to ride the bike sideways.
I know you got a massive collection of bikes. How many bikes you got now?
I got about 16 bikes.
16 bikes. What's your favorite one?
Famous Stars and Straps.
That's like a one-on-one.
Yeah.
One of.
That
And then
was-
my
yeah.
bike. I'm taking all the parts off the Famous, putting on my bike.
Talk to me about this robe you got on. I see you
comfy.
all over the place with the robes. You
And-
ready to box?
Nah, I go to the airport with this and the chicks love it.
What do people ask you?
Who are you?
That's a question. I was thinking of questions on the way up here. I was thinking of, here's a good question. I'm an 80-year-old white lady on an airplane, and you sit down next to me, and we strike up a conversation. How do you explain to me what you do? Oh, you're going to California for what?
Gonna ride bikes.
Oh, what kind of bikes? That's a hard thing to explain what you do, you know?
Gonna take over the city.
And pop wheelies, get 12 o'clock. It's awesome to also see the fact that you're not only just out there riding, but you're doing good for the community. Talk to me a little bit about your little good deed you did right around Christmas time.
I gave away like 6 bikes, I think 6 or 7 bikes I gave away. I raised the money up. SC sent me a few bikes. Yep.
How awesome is that to be able to
Now
be in a
that's
position?
good. Cause nobody ever gave me a bike when I was young. I got one bike from my grandmother. I think it was a Pacific. I broke that shit up.
Really?
Yeah, I broke it up.
What part do you run out on bikes fastest?
None.
Tires? You don't go through tires
Yeah,
or
just the
grips?
tires. I don't run through grips.
You got any favorite riders? Favorite BMX riders you like to watch ride?
All of them.
There's some good ones out there.
Yeah.
You ever watch this guy's old
Yeah,
race
I
footage?
did. I got some of the old BMX books. Remember the picture I sent you? I got a book with him in it. Matt Hoffman.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he's been in the Spring Fling a few times.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's met,
I was
he's
just
met a
with
lot
Matt
of the
Hoffman
OG
in New
guys.
York.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Hoffman goes to New York. He calls him.
No way. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and he tell you I'm about to go to Oklahoma and skydive with him.
Dude,
Oh, shit.
really? Have you ever been skydiving?
Nope.
You'll try
I
it?
don't think I want to do it, but I'm gonna just do it.
Well, if you're gonna do it with somebody, you
Yeah,
might as well
do it
do it
with
with
Hoffman,
Hoffman.
yeah.
He knows how to do it better
Yeah,
than
I know.
anybody. What's else is on your bucket list? Any place that you want to go that you've never been to?
London, France,
Oh, they would love you in France.
China, Australia.
Where else is big for
London.
London's big
Yeah,
for the big bikes.
But France is getting.
Brand's getting there,
up
but London, yeah, England and London, yeah, London.
people
They've got
from
a
London
big.
going to France now
Yeah.
to ride with them. Yeah,
Really,
the rides is getting big.
that's crazy that these rides are popping up, and it's so simple to do. It's not like a BMX contest where you have to like get ramps and you have to
Yeah.
get insurance. You can just meet up somewhere. Even with jams, a lot of times jams get busted because you're riding a spot, you're riding
Nah, they had a
private
monster
property.
jam in New York. That thing was crazy.
What was that like? When was that one?
That's when they had all the people that was on Monster. or
Oh
something.
yeah, the street series.
Yeah, the street
Oh
series.
yeah, that's right. That shit's cool. I mean, that's a good way to bring people together, and that's like basically what you guys are doing.
Nah, that ride was nuts.
There was a lot of laws broken in that one. There was a lot of there was a couple
That
bones
shit was
broken in that
crazy.
one.
Yeah, a lot of people got crashed.
Yeah,
They
you-
got caught by the cops.
Yeah, you
People
got
was jumping over cop cars. It was nuts.
one thing with the big rides is like people just especially the younger kids, they just get that mob mentality, like
Right.
fuck it, we can do anything. And next thing you know, they're jumping on cars and
grabbing watermelons,
running in a store and stealing shit. It's like, dude,
Yeah, I don't like that. That
chill
messes
out. You know what I'm saying?
everything up.
Like,
yeah, that's definitely true.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's just the nature of the beast. You get that many people together and the young guys, and
That's
you're
why
gonna have a few
that's why
bad
the cops
apples.
in New York don't like me.
because they think you're an instigator.
I got too much power.
But also that, I mean, being the devil's advocate, I can see on both sides. Like just what happened, I think it was Rrdblocks that posted, it was in Miami a couple weeks ago, where they were blocking traffic. You know, you got
They were doing a
bunch of-
protest and the guy pulled the gun out.
Yeah, and the guy pulled the gun. You ever have a gun pulled on you?
I have.
Was it scary?
No.
No. Was it just because you were riding, blocking traffic?
Yeah, something like that. They put the gun out. I ain't run. So what happened?
See, that's what scares me though. There's so many lunatics out there. Like you're gonna pull a gun on somebody because they're on a bike. Like
Yeah, that dude he's getting charged with the hate
I
crimes.
saw
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah. That's the thing.
They give him 55.
Well, they're
They
trying
charged
to
him
do
55.
whatever, but
Yeah.
Good. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope he gets everything he deserves.
And they fired his girl. the job fired her.
Really?
yeah. She was a realtor, and they dropped her like the next day.
Well, that's how it happened. People don't understand that. Actually, at the ride yesterday, that happened when you guys were popping the wheelies in Huntington Beach in the square. Traffic was backed up like crazy, and we're having a good time. You know, everybody's being able to get through. It just slowed down for a little bit. There was a woman that was screaming at the top of her
she
lungs,
was
like,
mad. I seen it.
"Mother effers, just leave, just leave!" And so we're riding away, and she's still screaming. I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I'm vlogging this thing. Let me turn around." So I went back, and she's still screaming. As I came up to her, I'm like, "Excuse me, ma'am," and she's like, "Ah, hi." I was like, "What were you saying a second?" She's like, "Oh, nothing." It's like her tune completely changed. That's the power of the video camera now.
Yeah,
or the,
yeah.
You know,
it's
filming
scary.
that.
So I tell people, don't run from the cops. Once you pull your camera out, they going. They'll leave you alone.
That's it. You've got a ton of viral videos, and you were going hard on YouTube for a while. You still doing YouTube stuff?
I'm about to get back to it.
What's been your most viewed video?
I don't even know.
You got a bunch of them. I was just watching someone the other day, that one where you get knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
What was
D-Box
that?
falls face first.
D-Box falls face first. What happened?
I pressed the brakes too hard and the wheels was slippery.
OTB?
Yeah.
Why
Over the bars.
you don't wear a helmet? Why
Over
not?
the bars, that's what that mean?
OTB, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought of that.
See, we're learning things. We're here teaching people at TCU. No helmet? You don't like wearing a
Nah.
helmet?
I think if I would have had a helmet on that day, I would have broke my neck
Really?
because of the impact.
You're wearing helmets sometimes now, though.
Yeah, sometimes I wear helmets.
We're getting old.
Yeah.
Helmets. We've been talking about helmets on a couple of the TCU podcasts. There's some
Yeah.
BMX riders that don't want to wear them.
Yeah, when we did the Oakland ride out with Marshawn Lynch, we all had helmets on. That was the first time like the SE crew had
All
helmets,
had helmets, yeah.
And then a couple other rides we've had helmets, and you know how many emails. So hey, because they're SE logoed helmets,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all of a sudden kids want to wear the SE helmet, whatever, and we're gonna come out with one. Actually, it's a ProTech helmet, so it's dialed or whatever. But anyway, it's. We do wear helmets sometimes, and it's going to filter down,
Yeah, and that's it. They see these guys riding them and they'll slow down. You inspire so many kids. What if you could take all the kids that look up to you and tell them something? What would you let all those kids know? Because there's a bunch of them.
Keep that wheel up.
Keep that wheel up. I love it.
Don't drop that wheel.
I love it. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Ride.
That's it. Well, in your
No,
downtime.
that's all I do is ride. I don't do nothing else.
What's the longest injury that you've been unable to ride? You get pulled muscles. You never have a day where you're just like, fuck it, I rode
Nah, I
5
gotta
days
ride every
straight.
day.
Every day?
Even if I got a headache.
What's a typical day like for you? Or are there no typical days for D-Blocks? No?
Mm-mm.
You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't
None of
party.
that.
See, and that's it's funny too, because there's a lot of BMX riders that have that mentality where they're so focused on riding that they don't see anything else.
Yeah.
You got a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You want to say hi to her?
Hello.
Ladies, stop standing, get out of his DMs. One other thing that I've always liked about you is that you always incorporate music into your videos. Music obviously plays a super important role in your life. What's some music that you get inspired by?
Nino Man.
You know,
Ever heard
man.
Nino Man? He's from Harlem.
Okay.
He signed with Jadakiss. Something
Okay.
like that, yeah.
He's done videos with you guys in it,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
He did a few videos with us.
I've seen you've been hung out with tons of rappers. I've seen it's like
yeah.
was it
A$AP
Jim Jones? I
Ferg,
saw you with.
Jim
yeah.
Jones. Apache. I don't know if you know Apache.
Apache, is it a woman? Old
No,
school?
it's a guy.
Oh, no,
He's from Venezuela.
Well, I don't be fuck with them Venezuelans. They be killing everybody. What do you like? If I hit shuffle on your iPod right now, what would I hit? What song that would pop on?
Probably probably Jadakiss.
Jada's tight.
Yeah, Jadakiss.
Top 5 Dead or Alive.
Oh, Ray Moolah.
Ray Moolah. There was
From
supposed to be.
Harlem.
Who's the best rapper to ever come out of Harlem?
I don't even know. Big L.
Oh, rest in peace, Big L.
Yeah.
What's it like in riding in New York City? Because New York City is one of my favorite cities.
When the last time you rode in New York?
It's been a minute. It's been probably before I met you online, so at least 5 or 6 years. It's been a
come to
minute.
New York and test it.
It's chaotic.
how it get-
We used to roll up all the time to the Brooklyn Banks. That was the spot you meet at Union Square and go to the Brooklyn Banks. Brooklyn Banks are back open now, right? They were shut down for like
I think
8
they opened the
years.
gate, but like you can't get cooked inside of it or something like that.
It's like a police parking lot or
Yeah,
something.
some police don't care. It's like, go ahead, do whatever you do.
Where is your typical stomping ground? I always see you, and I've never been to Rucker Park, but I just hear Fat Joe talking about it. That's your spot to meet up. Where are your meetup spots?
Right now,
He lives right
you can't
across the
post
street
no
from
meetup spot.
Really?
'Cause you post any meetup spot, the cops will be there. They shut the bridges down, so kids can't cross the bridge. I cross the bridge. They're not stopping me.
What do you think the police's biggest beef with you guys is?
Nah, because the kids steal phones, smack cars, rob the hot dog stands and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah,
It was like that when we
Damn
were
New York.
kids.
yeah. It's
Jesus.
like, what are you doing all that for?
What's how many kids typically on if you just have a ride out in the summertime?
In summertime, it's like 200, 300.
Damn.
What about the everybody's right?
Yeah,
out?
everybody's right out sick.
When is that
That's
one?
like a 1,000 plus
September.
riders. It's usually in September.
That was the Rrdblocks ride out that he did.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah.
had to let go. I was no more in charge.
He had to take his name off that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, because they're probably coming after you.
Yeah, they tried to indict me for that.
Really? What were they gonna charge you with?
I don't know. But
Inciting
they
a
didn't have
riot.
nothing to charge. They didn't charge for that. They tried to charge everybody's ride on me. So I'm like, that's not my ride.
It's everybody's.
I'm
Yeah.
not in control of anybody no more. And that's everybody. So
You ever do those the critical mass they do in New York City?
yeah.
Where
Nah, they don't do that in New York.
I thought they did it somewhere where
They used to do it in New
where they were
York.
naked. I could see you doing
That's
that. one.
Miami.
Is that Miami?
That's
Todd knows
Miami.
where it is and
Philly-
when it is.
Philly got a naked ride too.
The ugliest people in the world live in
That's
Philly,
how it
though.
always is. Yeah. Philly's a fun city.
Yeah, so
I get them.
they couldn't charge you with that, so they gave me reckless endangerment. They found a video of me riding on the highway.
Have you ever had anybody find videos of you and try and get at you like that, like a bus driver or anybody that you've like swerved in front of?
Nope.
Nobody's ever found you.
A few people did. They was like, "Yo, you swerved my car. Do that again. I'm gonna run your ass over."
Did you get any weird requests on in the DMs from kids?
Nah, they just like shout me out. Give me a free bike. That's it.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
What are the plans? What does SC got planned for 2019?
Top secret.
Yeah.
We're going down to Florida for the Spring Fling.
Spring
down at
Fling, when's that?
Daytona.
When's that
that's-
one?
It's like
That's in April.
About a month from now.
That's
First weekend
that's
of
a fun
April.
time. Florida's nice at that time.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
and it's
actually-
at Daytona Beach this time. So
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! There's a good
I'm
skate
actually
park there.
coming back. So I'm gonna be in Santa Cruz for like a week.
Hell
Then
yeah!
I'm flying straight to Miami for critical mass.
Damn, that's gotta be crazy. Like the life you live now.
Yeah.
how many times had you flown before we started flying? Yeah,
Maybe like three times.
now he's flying like a few times a year.
Yeah.
And now he also knows that the Earth is not spinning. Talk to me a little bit about this flat Earth insanity.
Yeah, I believe it's flat because it can't be round. If the Earth is round, so we stand up. If down there somebody's upside down,
It's insane, right? It's
gotta-
insane.
you gotta
And
think of that.
people believe that.
Somebody's up-
It's
yeah.
it's crazy.
Like, for instance, this is the CD. This is somebody standing.
That's us right now in California.
We're
You
chilling.
think somebody else is like this?
Upside down? No.
That's weird. So if you got an arm and you throw a rock, it's gonna go all the way around.
No.
I don't know. I be thinking that maybe it's not. Maybe it's.
I want it.
Maybe it's just like this. The Earth is. It's not round, but it's flat, and it's like this under.
Yeah, like a V shaped. Like a it's I agree with you. I was very happy to hear that you're a very open minded person. You don't
I don't know. That's weird.
it's a weird one, right? You any other conspiracy theories you believe? You think 9/11 was an inside job?
It was.
Yeah?
Definitely was.
Why do you think that?
Because they know where all the planes is going. They can stop anything they want.
I believe you too.
They can stop anything they want from coming in and out.
What's it like being in New York City? I was there 2 years ago, and it was the first time that I've been there since they put the new 9/11 memorial up. And I thought it was kind of weird. I guess it's one of those weird things where like people take pictures at the ovens, the Holocaust sites in Germany and Poland, but just to see people taking pictures at Ground Zero where people lost their lives, it's kind of weird to me. Do you feel that way? Is that like a weird
I don't
thing
go
to
down
you?
that area.
No.
Nope.
Why not?
It's crazy down there.
Bad
A lot of
mojo.
people, yeah.
But I thought you like people. You like being.
I
in the
don't like
mix.
people.
No.
Nope. I don't like people.
You don't like going out
I'm
to
not a
parties or
people's
anything.
person. Nope.
That's why this bike life helped you
I
out.
don't like big crowds unless I'm on a bike.
All right, I can feel that. What was school like growing up?
I ain't like it.
No.
I ain't like people.
Yeah. Did you go to school with any kids that rode?
Few people. Few of us rode.
How old were you when you started just jumping in head first with this?
Like 12, 13.
And that's
Started
it.
riding.
How are
Yeah.
you now? 26.
27.
27. When's your birthday?
August 15.
That's what is that?
Human.
What is it?
Human.
No, what sign?
It's a Leo, but I don't believe in signs either.
No.
Yeah, I don't think.
I used to until they switched them. NASA
Yeah,
switched the signs not
yeah,
that
it's-
long ago.
it's
They
weird.
said, you
I don't
know,
know that.
How you gonna
Yeah.
switch it? Like,
Yeah.
I'm on the cusp. I wonder if I'm
Yeah,
still
I was on the
Scorpio.
cusp too. Yeah, and it's
And
weird. And
did
now, now I was on the cusp in September, and now this new one, I'm just a Virgo now.
You changed?
Yeah, I changed. Like, who's in
See?
charge of that
I
shit?
need,
I
I need to look it up.
don't get it.
the lies they tell us.
So you wear this robe on the airplanes.
Yeah.
The flight attendants ever ask you anything?
They probably want to wear it.
I bet. Can I feel it? Oh, I bet it is really soft. Are you a neck pillow guy?
Nah, I don't
Can
like
you,
that shit.
Can you sleep on the plane? You don't like a
Yeah.
neck pillow.
Hell no, that shit don't work.
Are you a window or an aisle guy?
It don't matter. I'm staying up.
Oh, you can't
sometimes.
sleep?
Sometimes. If I'm by myself, I can sleep. If I'm with the squad, there's no sleeping with the squad.
Do you play the game where if they whoever falls asleep first, you pour the water on them? I can't handle that. I'm too old. I don't want to be woken up with water.
You wake up with a video on Instagram, you like
Are you the prankster of the crew?
something like that.
You know any good pranks you've pulled off lately?
Oh yeah, Moblox. I put a video on Moblox. No, I put a picture that said all the dudes DM me naked pics. Shit like that.
I also like the fact that with your Instagram you're doing funny skits too. The skit with the egg I thought was
Yeah.
hilarious with Moblox. Can you explain that one? Or
Let me just
where you
say-
got the idea for that?
Well, everybody was doing a video. Everybody was talking about this egg, so I'm like, I gotta find something to do with this egg. So I'm like, all right, I'm riding. I already think Moblox eat that shit. Moblox eat everything. So that's what I did came out.
How much do you guys push each other when you're riding? You know, like when BMX riders were at a skate park or at a spot, we're always pushing each other. Are you guys the same way when you're riding? Like as far as pushing each other's ability, trying to get somebody to
I
get a
always
wheelie?
push the ability.
Yeah.
Like Rob. Every time Rob get on like a new bike with a motor, I was like, wheelie that shit, wheelie that shit. Any bike you gotta tell them to wheelie it.
It's, sometimes I see some of these ride-outs that you do in New York City. There's guys on motorcycles and four-wheelers with,
yeah, we shut it down.
without license plates. So am I to believe that they're just risking, like,
Yeah.
this? They're not
They
even
having
scared?
fun. They not bothering nobody. It's just wheeling.
You're never scared of getting arrested in them things?
Nope.
How long you think you're going to be able to do this for? You're pretty agile for
I'm not
27.
stopping.
I don't know how long. Well, I mean, you got a good mentor here, and
How old are you
he's
now?
33.
27.
27? Damn.
You got a long
I'm
time.
old.
Have you ever raced BMX? Have you ever to get you on a
raced.
racetrack?
Oh, yeah.
He's got skills.
We-
You got,
Somewhere.
He's got a fucking Flowo flyer, full uniform.
racing's hard.
Not really.
I don't like going fast.
I ride fast in the street, but I don't think
He's-
them kids on the street can mess with me on the street.
We got to get him. You ever been in a foam pit? You ever jump in a foam pit?
Nah, I don't like that.
Oh, we got to get him in there. We got to get you upside down.
Nah, I
You
ain't going
think-
upside
you
down.
think you don't think you can do a backflip?
Nah, I ain't
He
doing
could
backflip.
teach you a
Nope,
backflip in
that's
30
Twisted
minutes.
700's job. That's not my job.
We could definitely do that. You ever do any like BMX shows or shows? Like where you're just
I
out?
performed at MetLife Stadium before.
What'd you do there?
Just woolly around.
Yeah?
With Jack Field.
Huh?
You know Jack Field?
No.
Jack Field.
Do you ever sometimes just set a hat up, pop wheelies in front of a
Nah.
place, get some money? No.
I thought of that when I was younger.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
On one wheel.
On one wheel?
Yeah.
Still doing this?
Of
Would you
course.
like to have your own? Well, I know you got your own merch line. Would you like to have your own bike company someday?
Yes.
Would you sponsor an old, washed-up BMX rider?
Yeah.
Put me on.
Who, you or me?
Both of us. What else do you like to do when you're out in California besides ride? Because there's a lot to do, even just
I
chilling
don't like
out.
to do nothing but just ride.
Just ride?
and eat food.
What do you like to eat out here? There's a lot of good food. You like tacos?
I'm tired of tacos.
This is Southern
I went
California.
to Texas.
This is the home of tacos.
Nah, Texas is.
Well, I know you like In-N-Out Burger, right?
Nah.
What?
I should go in and out.
What? Where are you taking this man?
I took him in and out last time.
That shit went in and out.
Fuck, I love In-N-Out. It's so good.
I like seafood.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of seafood you like?
All the seafood.
I love shellfish. There's those good crab restaurants in the OC where you ever go to one of those where they just cover the table with paper and they just bring out the shellfish and it's like peel and eat your own shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
It's pricey, but it's really, really good.
I want a seafood platter right now.
We can go. We can definitely go. Take you out. We can go to Mel's Diner right up the road. They got a little bit of everything. There's always celebrities up there. Well, you guys will be the celebrities.
Yeah, right.
What is? How much longer are you in California for?
I'm leaving tomorrow night.
Heading back to New York City.
Yeah.
So we got Spring Fling. You got are you gonna get this man to China?
That's happening soon.
Yeah, he ain't
Could
got a
you
passport.
imagine?
Yeah.
We gotta get you a passport.
Or our Japanese distributor, they it's Motocross International.
Oh yeah, they've been doing
Rhea,
BMX forever. Yeah.
She actually just imported SE back in like the late 70s.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
So she's been doing, she does a lot of, the lady that runs it, she does a lot of the core BMX brands. But anyway, she's had me come over there a few times, throughout the years. But she wants Rrdblocks and the guys to come over.
Oh,
so,
you would love Japan.
Japan would just bug out because it's just how they wouldn't know nothing
That's
what to
happening.
do.
For
Get
sure.
my passport this year.
Oh, that's a must. I always talk about China. Obviously, I love China. It's
Yeah, you
my-
were killing
I do.
with the videos.
I love
Michael Jordan.
I love it. Michael Jordan. Talk to me a little bit about China because you are kind of like me. You're not afraid of a little bit of adventure, and you document a lot of your adventures in China. What's China like?
China. I've been
Wild in China.
yeah, it's just wild. I mean, I've been to like 50 other countries. I've been, what are we all? A lot of us been around the world and shit. But like China is to me so far is the most like no rules, just lawless, crazy, fucking do what the fuck you want, see what the fuck you want. Eat what you want, kill what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fucking.
Yeah, they be
it's
having
just
chickens
so,
hanging and shit.
Oh yeah,
Just raw.
Yeah, raw China. Yeah, and I mean, every time I go there, I usually have a bike to ride, or I take a bike. I'll wake up, go riding from like 6 to 8 in the morning or whatever, and see everything coming up. The chickens crowing, everything's starting. The meat markets, fucking dead animals, a bucket of fucking dog heads and shit.
Damn.
The craziest shit. And then anyway, and then go work at the factory all day, and then get back on my bike and ride all night. It's just so fucking fun over there.
It's a wild thing, especially in BMX, because there was this big anti-China sentiment maybe 20, 15 years ago where it was like, buy USA. And back then, I would imagine that it was a little bit more dirty and a little bit more grimy. Today, in 2019, the BMX companies in China, or the BMX factories in China, you can eat off the floors. Talk to me a little bit about SE's distributor.
Our factory. Yeah, I mean, I've been because I've been to go to some of our frame vendors, and I see like this core BMX brand and this core BMX brand boxes and stuff.
Right.
It's like, damn, that motherfucking shit's made in China too. You know what I'm saying? Like people have the connotation. Like, oh, it's just lower level bikes and complete bikes. But I'm seeing like boxed up frames.
Oh yeah.
From high end companies, core BMX brands, that are made at the same factory and stuff. But it's it's dialed. I mean, we used to have SE bikes made in Taiwan and China. And China was doing a better job because they just know, just doing it through and through. And our Taiwan factory didn't do a lot of BMX, So it's like, just because it's China doesn't mean it's like a lower level or whatever. I mean, it's freaking on point. I've been going over there for like over a decade.
And you go there a couple times a year, huh?
Yep.
What's your official title at SE?
I'm the brand manager and the product manager, so it's kind of weird. The brand manager, everything marketing, sponsoring these guys, doing all social media, writing every word in our 112-page catalog, and directing that whole thing. And then on the product side, designing, speccing every single bike. Going over to Asia and going to the factories.
You have to love this life that you have, because a lot of guys aren't able to make the transition from pro rider into the industry. How did your jump work?
How to happen?
Yeah,
it was so smooth. whatever. I was pro rider, all the way up through to 2001. Lost my Huffy sponsorship, like 2001. There was 9/11 happened that year, and September 11th, and that exact same day, I was riding for Huffy at the time, and that's when GT had filed bankruptcy. Huffy was going to buy GT, and that same day that 9/11 happened was the day that Huffy found out that they didn't win the bid, and Pacific or whoever bought it, Anyway, so within a month later, I got dropped from Huffy. The whole Huffy was really struggling, and they needed to buy this other business to keep going, and so Huffy had to downsize it a lot. Anyway, so after like having a decade of being pro rider, all of a sudden I had no sponsorship the next year. So I went back to school, Cal State Fullerton. I was like, all right, I got to get my marketing degree, get on with my life, yada yada yada. A year later, in 2003, I read online that SE's back. It got bought by Fuji, the Fuji bike brand. And the guy who was putting it together, his name is Billy Feemster. He sponsored me. I don't even remember FNS Distributing.
FNS, yeah.
FNS Pedal or Peregrine. They did Peregrine.
Okay.
Anyway, but it was a guy that sponsored me like a decade before. So I hit him up, and anyway, so got my foot in the door early on, and then so I've been with SE as a sponsored rider. I started out as a sponsored rider for the first year and a half, and I was the first BMX guy they had there, and for that first year and a half. I mean, it was the Fuji product manager was designing the SE bikes. The outsourced Fuji ad company or marketing company was doing all the SE marketing, and they were just doing horrible ads with me and the bike. And then I had the Wildman bike, and it was so 90s. It was like, no, you guys are like 8 years late with this shit,
Right.
and it just everything was just really bad at first for the first few years. So after a year and a half of riding for them. They kind of realized, hey, Todd, you'll be a lot more valuable running the ship instead of just being a rider. So I kind of slowly transitioned, and anyway, now I've been there, for 14 years now.
How important do you think it is for actual BMX riders to have that role? Because we see a lot of times, kind of like you said with SE, but a lot of industry companies in the industry, they have the wrong people in the wrong places, and it seems that you've got it figured out. How important do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean. It's obviously extremely important, but, there are a lot of, you look at Haro's got, John Buellton's or whatever. And then you look at, GT's got,
Ben Ward,
and you look at, obviously all the core BMX brands have their BMX guys through and through, from fucking shipping to warehouse to fucking sales to everything. That's where I get a little bit of, not jealous, but a little bit of jealous, and I think some of these core companies, like, man, every single motherfucker, and there's a BMXer, literally from shipping the bikes to answering the phones to being a sales rep to doing the accounting or whatever. And I don't know if you want BMXers doing everything or whatever, but with SE, it's like the only BMXer is me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we have a huge support system. We have sales reps, 25 sales reps across the country, and we have a tech services department. We got sales department. We got accounting. We got inside sales. But everyone's doing stuff for every single brand,
right?
And so the only SE specific person is me, and actually our designer, our graphic designer. Like me and him, we're just a team, and we fucking do everything together, which is cool because it gives us a lot of control. And also my higher ups or my bosses, they know that I know my shit, so they just let me go. They just let me do it.
What's the bread and butter for SE? What's your bread and butter bike?
The Big Ripper.
Big Ripper.
Well, yeah, Big Ripper. But just as last year, we came out with the Big Flyer, which is basically less expensive. I think it retails for $150, $100 less, and that's selling through.
But you guys had
also.
so many Grand Slams, especially jumping on this big bike train, because BMX as a whole has been in a weird spot, and it's this. We're still trying to. It changes so much. We're still trying to figure it out. What do you think about the BMX industry as a whole today?
I mean, there's so many aspects. You guys don't really touch on any racing stuff here, but racing is just in a really weird, it's just so Olympic focused and so training and just, win, and it's like the lifestyle. And that's what a lot of people are realizing. The lifestyle of BMX racing is gone.
Yeah.
And the sponsorships are leaving and everything else. And then the freestyle side, freestyle side is, our sales are coming up, a bit, just because I think freestyle, BMX is street and everything's coming up, but our sales are more in like the mom and pop store,
right?
Shops, not a core BMX shop. If a core BMX shop can get any brand, they're probably not going to get
SE,
our SE's bikes, SE's freestyle bikes. Even though we've got the Gaudium, which is Chris Fox, who's a super badass, but more than likely, a kid's not going to buy an SE $600 bike. He's going to buy, one of these other core brands.
Right.
But anyway, but then getting to the big wheel BMX stuff, I mean, we're killing it.
Really?
I mean, it's the Big Ripper. It's our 11th year making the Big Ripper. And you look at GT, they've been doing their 29-inch bikes. The Big Ripper's a 29-inch bike.
Yeah.
We've done it for 11 years. GT's 2 years in. Haro's, I think, 1 year in.
Yeah, they got those ones.
Who else is coming out with them right now? This company, Throne, they're 1 year in.
I saw one of those yesterday.
Redline doesn't have one. Who are some other people? There's a few more. Anyway,
I think Redline got a 27.5.
Yeah. But these companies, they're just starting to get in this, bike life, big wheel, bandwagon. And Haro's been making retro bikes for quite a few years.
Yeah,
but those
John's
are
done a good job with those.
Yeah, those were high end. Those were old school head, $1,000 specific nice bikes. But the bike life crowd, doesn't care about that. If the hub looks like a Peregrine hub,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not going to pay that big money, for the because that had to pay for that mold and whatnot. But anyway, so the way I like to kind of sum it up or whatever is like we're not trying to get a bigger slice of the BMX pie because there's a defined number of racers and there's a shitload more freestylers and street riders and ramp riders and dirt riders, but it's still not defined, but it's still roughly defined.
Yeah. So
there's the BMX pie, and we've we getting some of that, and then we're baking another motherfucking cake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
So
like
true.
with this bike life stuff, it's like people that you wouldn't, most bike companies wouldn't even look at them as that market as at a market, to go
Right.
after, and it's like, and that other cake is infinite. It's like kids in college, kids in junior high and high school that want to ride bikes and do wheelies with their friends.
Yep.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? And that's, we were one of the first brands to jump in that. And I mean, with obviously, with the promo and help from Rrdblocks, and he was a big part of it, but for us to, within 2 years, to be into it, be sponsoring him, have a crew. Rrdblocks has got a signature bike. We've got bikes. We have a whole line of bikes that we call the Rad series of bikes, from a 16-inch, 20, 24, 26, 29, 27 plus, all designed and marketed to the bike life crowd.
Wow, that's awesome.
And within 2 years, we were quick to adapt. And that's the part where you were talking about, hey, is it important to have somebody like a BMX, in that role?
Right.
In my role, being able to make these changes, go to the factory, make this, because I'm intertwined with these guys. I go riding with them. I'm in touch with them all the time.
Heck yeah.
And just these guys, it was a few years ago. They were putting they're still doing it now, obviously, but when I started seeing them putting pegs on their aluminum race bikes on the rear, just 2 pegs on the rear, I was like, oh man, that's so gay, But then I was like, oh, they're doing the wheelie tricks, okay, and I was like, I don't know if I want to post a picture of that, And then the more they were doing it, and it really, and then it was like, okay, Anyway, now we've got the whole line of bikes. There are a whole series of bikes, a Rad series of bikes. They all come with 2 pegs on the rear.
That's awesome. Wow, that's amazing.
So to adapt to that, and instead of being too cool, and I was a little afraid, early days, like before I even gave Rrdblocks a bike, I was a little afraid to, give him a bike. I was like, he's not really a BMXer, you know what I'm saying?
It's it's like a different sponsorship.
Yeah, it was just a different market, and I was like, do we pay him, to do wheelies? No, we've been paying him for years now.
Yeah.
We're flying around stuff, but at first it was a little bit of a hump, not a hump, but it was a little bit, but now I'm down 100 zillion, and it's weird when I hear, because now I'll hear people like, oh, that's not BMX. What the fuck is that? That's bullshit. Just riding wheelies. They can't do nothing else. It's like, they're having fun on their bike, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to me, and now, and I'll stand up for them all day, and stand up for the bikes. Like, these are big BMX bikes,
Yep.
Look at a 20-inch PK Ripper, which is the most classic BMX bike of all time, and then look at the Big Ripper. It's just a bigger version.
Yeah.
So.
Do you get a lot of sponsor me tapes? Sponsor me videos? I'm sure you get you probably get more than he does.
Yeah.
I mean, you get hit up every day. Get me sponsored. Get me sponsored.
Give me a new bike.
Did you see the new thing that's been going around the last week? What if,
Oh yeah, how many likes?
how many likes? Yeah.
Should I give?
Have you? Yeah.
Does it
Dude,
make
if I
money?
get 500 likes, can I get a bike? I'll just DM after DM after DM after DM. All of a sudden, it came out of nowhere, and it was like, where do you guys
Because I
learn this
posted it.
shit from?
Just send
Oh, you
one.
did it?
Nah, you posted it. I think. It was a screenshot. Somebody got to get. I think no.
No, I texted that. You
Oh, yeah, you
one kid,
texted.
yeah, because when they asked me, go, how many likes I need to get? And I told them 1 million, and the kids be like, "Yo, I got 3,000. I don't think I'm gonna get it." And I was like, keep striving.
You should figure it out monetarily. What
I think that
would
kid
make
posted
sense?
it.
Like,
I think that kid posted it.
yeah.
He tagged me in it too.
Yeah,
I seen it.
'cause-
what do you look for? Because you've got a bunch of different types of riders that you sponsor. What sort of rider do you typically look for to sponsor a bull rider?
So I mean, somebody when D-Blocks, when we talk about swerving buses and shit, he don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I mean, because that's just kind of, swerving cars and stuff like.
It was different when I was just
yeah.
doing it.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Now when it's a lot of people, it's like can't do that no more.
yeah.
Yeah, especially if you kept doing it, that's when it would be a problem, I think, because that's when kids would try and emulate you, and that's when someone's gonna get
Yeah.
hurt.
Well, yeah. I mean, kids are still doing it. It's like
I
But
tell
yeah.
them don't do it no more. But
Yeah, that's all of it. Any kind of guys that's been around, like
Any rides
quit
like
that
those
shit.
Anybody that's watching this, don't swerve buses or cars. You heard it here first from the bosses.
Don't swerve any moving shit coming at you, person, car, whatever. But anyway, but somebody who's not doing dumb shit like that, somebody who's got a decent following, obviously, but there's and then somebody who's just down for SE and not hounding me for fucking. I got some people, and I'll be contemplating like I might hook them up sometime. I might put them on like we have a flow team now. They're called the SE Crew, you know, and we're actually looking for a rider right now. I'm going to announce a new rider in a couple of days or whatever. So, but you know how these all of a sudden them dudes be bugging you.
Right.
It's like, man, I kind of liked you, but now you're bugging the
that's
shit
another thing. Like,
out of me.
a lot of kids they want the sponsor. You don't want it.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
Yeah,
Right, have fun.
He's he was great with that from day one. Like never asked for a bike. Didn't
People always
ask
tell
for
me,
a
"Yo, you gotta get your own bike."
Yeah.
I never asked for it.
That's awesome.
Didn't ask for a signature
just-
bike.
it just
never
happened.
asked for like any bikes really, and it's just So
I need a few bikes though.
Hit them up now. That's awesome though. That's awesome that you're so humble, because I think a lot of guys don't understand that. They want to be
Yeah.
sponsored for so bad.
That's
They
the
don't
thing.
even
They're
understand.
doing it for the sponsor. They're not doing it for they something they love. That's like people getting a job at McDonald's and they work at McDonald's their whole life, and they only doing it for the check. You don't like that shit. You flipping burgers all your life.
Yeah, you're
life
better
is
off
going.
getting paid half doing something that you love to do.
Exactly. You gotta do something you love.
Yeah, and you got the whole. I mean, nowadays with just the clout, the Instagram
Yeah,
clout,
everybody
the
wants
social
that.
media
this and that.
clout.
Like a lot of these kids, they don't even ride no more. Some kids that was getting up there, they don't ride no more. They just got their followers up and they stopped riding.
Oh yeah,
They got girlfriends now.
they'll do a post, some sob post. Yo, I'm about to walk away. I'm about to turn. I don't know if this is worth it for my life. It's like, dude, like they haven't gotten anywhere.
If it sucks, stop doing it.
Yeah.
Speaking of sucking, I saw I saw that it probably ties into the fact that you're looking for another rider. That you'd given a rider a prototype frame and then
Bike, complete bike, yeah.
prototype bike. What happened?
He fucking sold it. so there, that's why we're looking to add another rider to the SE crew, is because we had a crew of 4 guys,
And nobody got that bike.
And yeah, there was our new dirt jumper 26 inch, PK Ripper.
Nobody
dirt
got
jumper.
that bike in the world.
Yeah, he had the only one, and I had it at my house and built it in my house and like hand delivered it to him, and he rode it for like a couple months, and then somebody up north said he was selling it, and I hit him up on social media and texted him like, yo, I heard you're selling your bike, and I sent him the screen grab of it on OfferUp. Like, yo, what's up? What's going on? Hit me up. And then like 3 days later, I heard, yo, Frankie got the bike. Frankie bought the bike. This other dude bought the bike.
Somebody got it.
Motherfucker. But the dude that bought the bike is super down.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that was perfect. Like it didn't get sold to some crackhead, But anyway, yeah, he sold it. So that was immediate removal from the team, And he sold the Big Ripper we gave him also. But that created a pretty fun hoopla, because we called him out but didn't say his name in the post or nothing. I think I had like 1,000 comments and
sponsor me.
But so now we're working it, and like I said, just today, actually a few hours ago, I posted pictures of 4 dudes, and I said, hey, here's who one of these guys is gonna fill in this vacant spot. And I think, like, I posted a few hours ago, and I looked, I think there's 350 comments. So anyway, everyone's really tuned in to SE and the sponsorship and what we're doing to the community, and we give back, with sponsoring these, kids that, and riders, and then doing a lot of giveaway stuff. And
Well, I also think you guys have literally created a cult following with SE. Literally, I've never seen anything like it in BMX. Where I think the first time when I was up here at one of these the 4130 subway rides, where it's like I thought it was just gonna be a ride out, and it's 85% SE bikes. Especially, where's your biggest market? It's got to be SoCal, right?
Nah.
Philly,
Yeah,
New York.
Philly and New York got the SoCals.
Yeah, and then SoCal probably.
That's so.
But
insane.
it is crazy. I mean, and I got to take a step back and kind of think, like, because to me it's almost kind of normal now. It's like, where the fuck can you go and see 100, 200, 300, sometimes 400 people riding together? Number one, and then go, holy shit, 85% of those people out of 400, 320 of them were on SE bikes.
That was in Philly, right?
Well, wherever. Yeah, I mean,
That's a wild scene. Like I said, I've been following you for a long time. Yesterday was my first ride out, but I was in Spain last month, and we went to the bike shop to go meet some friends to go ride, and there were 4 kids on SE big bikes, and they rode with us all day long, and I talked to them, and it was like, it's like BMX. It's literally like BMX with less tricks. You're doing the same thing. You're hanging out with your homies. You're getting sick in the streets. You're chilling. You're yelling at girls, and that's it.
Somebody just emailed me as a young kid, and I might even post it, but he just, I think, DM'd me, but he I think he's in high school, but he said, he just was really thankful of like what SE has created in the community, and but then he said, when we're out, we've got a crew of guys on SE bikes, and when we see anyone else on an SE bike, it immediately sparks conversation. We immediately become friends, and I was like, well, that's how BMX was.
Yeah, exactly.
In the 80s, early 80s. You saw a dude on BMX like, yo, what's up? And you ran over there to talk to him. And now it's not like that, But and I'm not saying all the bike life kids are like that, because there's a lot of squads and crews that don't, beef or whatever. But it's like if they're on SE bikes, and then they're talking about their bike,
That's
so
awesome.
So it's cool. It was like a feel good thing,
That's awesome.
And I'm sure, and not necessarily just SE, but this bike life stuff is changing kids' lives,
Oh, 100%.
There's kids that, and not saying, oh, they're millionaires now or whatever, what I'm saying, but and a lot of, kids in the city or whatever, there's a lot of things they could be doing that, are not constructive, getting in trouble, yada, yada, yada. And you've got them now, whether they're riding an SE or any brand bike, but now they're like, dude, I want to fucking trick out my bike. I need this part. I need this part. I need to go work an odd job or whatever. I need to keep my grades up. I need to not be grounded by my parents. I need to be at my best behavior.
Yeah.
And to be able to ride my bike. You know what I'm saying? So they're just everything is about bike. You look at their Instagrams. So it's like, they're not necessarily quote unquote a BMXer, but everything they're posting is bikes. Just like Rrdblocks coming up.
How much of an influence do you think that like me, Camille, and Chino have been? Because to me, when those dudes started pushing the motorcycle thing, it was like us with Evel Knievel, where we couldn't afford a motorcycle, but we can get a BMX bike, we can get a bike, and still do that. Do you think there's a big influence there? Because I kind of see the timeline. It's kind of like right around the same thing, where it's like, what is the timeline for the big bikes? When did they start really popping off?
4 years ago, I'd say. I mean, yeah, 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 4 years ago.
Who else is pushing this bike life out? Do you enjoy watching, or do you know that in different cities who's the D-blocks of other cities?
I have no idea.
No,
I don't think it would ever be anybody like me.
That's a fact. I can.
You see how it was in Miami on the highway? I don't know what I was thinking. My eyes was just tearing like.
Going so fast. What's the fastest you ever wheelied? You ever
43.
43 in a wheelie?
Yeah.
Peg wheelie or pedal wheelie?
Pedals.
Damn.
I was racing with a car, and they got the speedometer. Like when you going towards it, it shows you your speed. It's like 43.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done? Walking on those damn buses is pretty scary to me.
It's not scary to me. Scariest thing, right on the middle of the highway, on a divider.
Does your family know you do that stuff?
Yeah.
What do they think about that?
They say I'm crazy.
Yeah? They get worried?
Not really, because they see I'm used to it now.
That's too
I
scary
do it
for
every
me.
day, so.
Does your girl like this? Does it drive her nuts when she sees your videos in the streets?
Yeah. But she ain't think I was gonna get this far either. So it's like.
How long you guys been together?
A few years.
So she's gonna get married?
Yeah.
These are the ones and I think in all walks of life, you can back me up on this. When you find a girl that can put up with the bike life shit, they're the ones you got
Yeah.
you got to stick with.
I had a girl once tell me she said either me or the bike.
I was like,
And you never heard from her again?
Yeah, I did. She hit me up. She's like, "You famous now? How you been?" Just hung up on her. Right. So when she told me or the bike, I said,
"Where's
"I'm
my
gonna
pump?"
pick my bike. I met you on my bike. I rode you on my pegs."
I see that you do you sleep with your bike sometimes?
Nah, I
I
don't
seen
sleep
pictures of the bike in bed.
Nah, that's not me.
No. Whose bike was in bed? I saw somebody's bike that was in bed.
I took a picture like that before.
I think that's what what I probably saw.
I took my bike in the shower one time.
Who do you who on Instagram makes you smile?
Your page.
Well, besides me.
That shit is hilarious.
I just try to be funny.
Todd too, when he go to China.
Todd's got some good ones,
China
man.
shit is
Some
hilarious.
good ones. Even the last couple of days from the ride yesterday was awesome.
Nah,
When's the next time you're coming back out to Cali? Let's do another ride when you're back out.
I'm being Santa Cruz though, but we coming down for the crash ride, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's-
Last year we did the marathon crash ride. Like,
Was
it's
that?
the night before the LA marathon, and they shut off when they're shutting off all the
Oh,
streets.
wow, okay.
And then a bunch of road bikers and mostly fixed gear guys. You know, they've been doing it for years, like almost a decade. But last year we put the SE heat on, just put all of our social media.
How many
And I think
riders?
it was about 200 BMXers came.
Oh, wow.
And we
I
rode.
definitely gotta come for that.
So you ride basically the whole course of the LA marathon, but it's all closed.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you leave at 3 a.m. And
Oh, you
it's
start the ride at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it starts at 3, and it's just all closed course.
Oh,
you know,
that's
so
awesome.
it's
When is it?
March 23rd. 3
Damn,
a.m. March
that might be
23rd,
fun
Saturday night.
March
film.
23rd. Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard for you to get down here, but
Might be
we
the
did it.
20 I
It
think
was
it's the
fucking
24th.
cool as shit last year.
Because the
Well,
23rd is
24th
the Santa
Sunday.
Cruz ride.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
That's Friday.
That'd be
I mean
awesome.
Saturday. Saturday's the 23rd.
Yeah, I know. So it's 3 a.m. that night.
We should
On
go to that.
Sunday?
Yeah, it was fucking wild last year.
What else does what's on in store for SE in 2019?
Just bringing out more heat.
Yeah.
We not even in 2019.
Oh yeah, you guys are
bro.
already in
We in
2020.
2020 bikes. Yeah.
How many units do you guys have? Different models?
Fuck. I mean, total is about, I think 30 something. But that's race bikes, freestyle bikes, big wheel bikes. But our bread and butter is the retro and big wheel BMX bikes.
That's awesome. That's
know.
awesome. I was gonna ask you about the Olympics because I heard that BMX racing's out of the Olympics. Is that a thing?
No, it's not out.
Yeah, that's what
but it
somebody
should
said
be.
that. You're not a fan of it anymore?
No, I never. Well, we won't go too deep into this, but
I kind of wanted to, but
but the concept, what I was saying, there's no lifestyle. There's no BMX lifestyle. There's no lifestyle in BMX racing.
Right.
Is mainly because of this Olympics. It's just so focused on training. It's just so stiff now.
Do you think freestyle is gonna be the same way?
A little bit, but not as bad.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit. I mean, we're all sitting there wearing
Yeah,
track
it's
suits and
it's
stuff like
different.
that.
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
It takes some getting used to.
Yeah, drug tests, but for racing, it's just made the whole sport. Because basically the UCI, actually the Olympics committee, and then down to the UCI, which is the international cycling for all road bikes, mountain bikes, everything. The governing body, and then you get to the American sanction, USA BMX, which is the America race sanction.
Right.
The rules they put up here filter all the way down.
Right.
And it's just make the tracks have become more standardized. Then they did the big ass starting hills everywhere that just makes track racing kind of boring because everyone's going 1,000 miles an hour.
Right.
And then just from the training side of things, and nobody's really having fun anymore. And then at the higher level of the pros, there could be a national here in Southern California, but 2 weeks from now there's a international race in Spain. So the trainers telling their pro riders, don't race this weekend. You got to peak next week. It's just really just changed the whole dynamic.
Yeah,
I had fun when I was racing.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing too. I think racing is way easier to obviously judge because whoever crosses the finish line first, and that's a big thing now too with the judging side of freestyle BMX.
Well, freestyle. I mean, when you really take a back step and look at it, it's like there's 9 people in the Olympics, for freestyle in the whole world.
Right.
9 men and 9 women, so 18. So it's really not that big of a deal, so to speak. But there's going to be federations in each country, and people are going to get funded, and they're going to be like trying to get chase this Olympic dream. But at the end of the day, there's 9 people going to the Olympics. 3 of them are getting medals, and 6 of them aren't. You know, it's kind of almost anticlimactic.
It is weird, and it's a double-edged sword too. But there's 198 countries out there in the world.
Yeah,
and I look at it as there's 198 opportunities for Nate Richter to be coach of Ecuador, BMX coach of Ecuador.
That's one good thing that, I mean, especially in BMX racing also, is it's been more out of the country, like more like Colombia. Mariana Pajon, the girl that's won the Olympics the last 2 years, she's a superstar. She probably can't even walk down the street, And then there's, the trainers, that are they're full-time employed by the government, all year, and then the coaches and stuff. But in America, we really don't have that cycling. Cycling isn't as big of a sport, as it is in many, many other countries, especially Europe and South America, So, the American, the Olympic champion for BMX racing, Connor Fields, he won the Olympics, but he wasn't on Letterman. He wasn't on he didn't blow up. The sport didn't blow up. I mean, obviously I follow our sales, and for any year that the Olympics were the in or out, whatever, every 4 years, or American is finally the Olympic champion or the Olympic gold medalist, sales flat, and if anything, our race sales been kind of dipping lower in the last few years. So it hasn't helped the BMX industry at all.
Right. I mean, it's a weird one too, but because it's like, even if you look at X Games in the last 10 years, anybody that wins X Games, they're not selling bikes.
Yep.
But I just look at it as there's going to be that much more exposure. Fingers crossed, there's going to be that much more exposure worldwide, and there's going to be random kids in Ecuador that see BMX, and hopefully they get involved that route.
Yeah, but there's no fucking guarantee. Like BMX racing wasn't even hardly on TV.
And see, we had
the American one that won, and I don't even think they showed it, or they showed it like 3 a.m, So it's like it's just anyway.
I'm looking at it, and I was talking about this on the other podcast. I'm looking at it as I was really watching intensely the snowboarding, and to see how that was presented, because I think that if they present BMX the right way, like they did snowboarding, it's going to be cool. It's going to be shown well, and I think the one side that the BMX, I hate saying it's a plus, but the danger factor is going to be a draw for a lot of people, especially in today's society where they love MMA fighting, they love seeing people crash. So I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. This will be a busy year, and then 2020, Tokyo.
But as far as it blowing up putting BMX on this next pedestal, I mean, it didn't happen for racing at all, not even a smidgen. And you go back,
but freestyle is cooler than racing.
Yeah, no, but you go back to 2008, the first time an extreme sport was in the Olympics. I think snowboarding and BMX went in the same year, 2008. It was like, holy shit, here it is. We
made it, and
and snowboarding, that was, Shaun White won, and it was huge, for snowboarding. And then BMX, it didn't do anything for sales or the ridership, the amount of racers or anything. But anyway,
fingers crossed. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Anything else you want to touch base on?
Let's ride.
And let's ride. You got any good stories for us? What's the craziest thing you've ever seen out riding?
I seen a raccoon hump a squirrel once.
What?
Central Park, it was a raccoon humping a squirrel.
Was it dead?
I don't know what it was.
That's not humping. I believe that's called rape. That's exactly what that's called. I can't really top that.
That's some crazy shit.
How do you want to be remembered?
One wheel.
One wheel? That's it?
Don't drop the wheel.
Don't drop the wheel?
Yep.
You want to be cremated?
No.
No? Would you be frozen? Cryogenics?
However I go, put my bike with me.
I've seen, actually, and I hope this doesn't happen for years and years and years and years, and I'm sure you'll outlive me, but have you seen the guys that when they die, they, instead of just like a regular wake, they like post them up in a chair? Have you seen this? You guys seen this?
That like
Have you seen it?
India or something?
No, it's like there's like
they
cholo dudes.
They get all comfortable. They got
with a cigarette
or whatever, however they want to be.
Would you want to be remembered like that on your bike?
On your bike.
Wheelie up. We walk into the way. You're straight up and down. I also want to touch base on this because this is pretty much. I remember that when I first started following you, you were shouting out Fat Boy, and I remember I never met this dude, but he seemed like the best dude ever, and you keep his memory alive. So I just wanted
Yeah,
to.
he was like me. He didn't give a fuck.
He looked like that. He reminded me of just like a gangster, like a old school dude that would just smack
he
you
ain't care
up.
about nothing. If a girl just like try to disrespect him, suck my dick. That's it. So fuck you. I don't care.
How did the Maniacs start? How'd you guys get started officially?
Well, we all was riding together. A lot of people don't know. Like a lot of kids they think Art BMX just started riding with us. They think Twisted 700 started riding with us. First, it was just me. I was the main one out. Mo Blocks was in school. Twisted always had a job, and Art BMX was. I don't know where he was at. He can't stay still. So it was like they get us all together. It's the Maniacs.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Cycle
First it was
Squad.
Cycle Squad. Then we made the Maniacs. Cycle Squad Maniacs.
Yeah, I remember I saw. What was I watching? This fat boy had his vest off. He's like riding, takes the vest off to shows the camera.
That was my vest.
Was it?
Yeah. I said you can wear my vest today. I feel like I'm hot. So you see my fucking vest? You see the fucking logo? Rough Rise the fuck up.
That's tight. Do you guys got any plans for any big ride outs this year?
Not that I know of.
We'll do the beast mode one again with Marshawn.
Yeah, how was that? How was
Yeah, I
that ride
can't
with
wait.
Marshawn?
Yeah, that was dope. He cool.
Yeah?
He's a cool dude. It's kind of weird, but he's cool.
Could he get it up? Could he get the...
Nah, he not willing.
He know
Well,
how to
his
wheel it?
shoulder, no, he can, but his shoulder
little
was hurt
bit.
this year. Last year he was.
Nah, what he put up in that little go-kart thing, that was dope.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
It was like some
Oh,
little thing.
Somebody in Illinois or Wisconsin took a like a go-kart, like a
Yeah.
just and they painted it like the Mike Buff Big Ripper, like from the colorway and it looked like if you took Mike Buff Big Ripper, which is white, light blue, and red, and you melted it down and then created a go-kart. That was what was there. And anyway, it was like a week before the last year's Beast Mode ride or Oakland ride out with him, and his manager guy called me. He's like, I posted a picture of it on SE's social media, on Instagram, and Marshawn saw it and then called his managers. Yo, I want that thing. I want to buy it. So they contacted the dude, got it shipped out, like paid, I don't know how much money, whatever. But yeah, had this little, and anyway, so on the ride, the night before the ride when we were meeting with him at the Beast Mode store, he was like, I'm riding that thing tomorrow. I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is going to be so fucking crazy.
Holy shit.
Fast little go-kart, with the fucking Marshawn Lynch in it. Anyway,
amazing.
He ended up riding, riding his Beast Mode bike, and he wore an SE jersey the whole day.
I saw that, yeah.
He was cool as shit. Like the year before, I think he just kind of was coming back on, after retiring for a year, and he was a little bit standoffish and whatnot the year before, But then this year he was just. I mean, we had a barbecue for like 2 hours afterwards. He was the last one to leave.
Damn, that's awesome.
Hanging out with everyone, just
That's awesome.
pictures and stuff. And
You like the Bay Area?
Yeah.
It's cool.
I want to go down Lombard Street again.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went down that thing. Did you wheelie the whole thing?
Somebody cut me off. Mo Blocks cut me off. You gonna stand right there in the middle of it for?
Describe Lombard Street to some of our viewers that might not know what it is.
It's like a snake.
It's it's the most crooked
the
street in the world or something.
Quickest street,
And it's just
and
I
steep as
actually
hell.
rode up, not the Struggley Street, the street that you could behind it.
yeah. To get to up there, you rode up that.
Yeah, I rode up.
Gosh, how much can you squat?
I don't know. I ain't doing that again though.
Do you work out at all?
No, sometimes.
Mostly the
I got a
workouts
gym
just riding.
membership, and I haven't been to the gym since last year, maybe
Well, you're riding 20 plus miles a day. Who needs a gym membership?
200. 100. I haven't hit 200 in like a year.
200 a day?
Yeah,
What's the most you've ever done in a day?
like 203 maybe.
What? In one 24-hour period?
Yeah.
Bro, that's a
I ride
world
all
record
day, all
too.
night.
We were talking about world records, and you probably got 10 world records in you could do. You
But
guys should-
I switched bikes,
1-800
so
Guinness.
yeah, you guys got
like,
anybody at Guinness
I ride
holler
my
at us.
my SE draft like 2 in the morning. And I just do like 100 miles on it.
200 miles in a day. That's insane.
Not that bad.
I don't know how your calves must hate you.
Keep your speed up 12 miles an hour. That's going slow. You do that in 10 hours.
It's hard to wheelie those bikes. I don't know if any of you guys ever tried to wheelie a big bike. That shit is hard.
You can wheelie now.
It's not easy. You get it up? Hell yeah. We are over the 1 minute mark or the 1 hour mark. So we can wrap this thing up. Anything else you want to talk about? Any shout outs? Any stories? Whatever you want.
I have no stories.
The word I don't believe that for one
I got
second.
a lot of stories. What kind of story you want to hear?
Yes, give us a good one. Let's end it on a
Depends
good
on
one.
what kind you got.
We can do whatever we want. This is YouTube.
What kind of story? Just name a topic. Not tell you about it.
Well, man, I don't even know. Give me a story about nightlife in NYC.
They don't sleep.
I know that.
New York do not sleep. I actually got chased by the cops at night one time.
Where at and why?
I was on 3rd Avenue on like 117th. I felt them following me, but I had my headphones on, I had my music on. So I went like this. I pressed the button to lower it down. So I look back. They put their lights on. So I'm on like 124th now, right? 129th, 128th is a bridge. So I'm like, I gotta get to that bridge before they even get close to me. As soon as I get like to like 127th, they chasing me. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, my back rim was bent. So when they turned and cut me off, I crashed into them. My back wheel hit it. No, they actually tapped my back wheel and they made it straight. I don't know how. I was like, what the fuck? Right? So I go through the park. I'm in the park. No, I'm actually on the highway onto the bridge. They went around. I get back off, go in the park. You see the cop out the car by the steps, ducking, trying to see if I'm coming that way. I see his badge flash off the light. I'm like, I see you, motherfucker. I see you right there. And I just took the highway home. I said, fuck this shit. I'm out.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was
But
it.
I can't believe about my back wheel got straight off of that.
That's so funny. I can't believe you've never been caught.
I've been caught before. Well, I didn't been caught. I stopped.
Yeah, that's
I copped that
different.
ride bike.
Yeah.
Copped that ride bike.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
So I stopped. No, I didn't get a ticket. This is a funny story too. I stopped. And I was like, just laughing at him. Like, he's like, shit is funny, right? I was like, yeah, it is, because you couldn't catch me. He's like, you want to make a bet right now? I could catch you. He's like, he told me he's an old BMX rider. He's like, you got 5 seconds to ride off. I'm going to chase you. If I catch you, you're going to Central Bookings. If I don't catch you, if I don't catch you, I won't give you a ticket no more. I won't harass you. I ran home.
Go on.
Right there by Rucker Park. I rode home. I jumped down some steps, jumped up some steps. I was going. I went upstairs, switched the bike, came back downstairs with a bowl of cereal. I never forget it. I came back down with a BMX bike, actually.
What kind of cereal?
Bunch of cereals mixed.
Oh, like we call that like.
That's why I came up with combos. That's why everybody think they got combos now. They don't know the definition of it.
The combos is just mixing cereal together. We got a bunch of cereal here. If you want to, want to cop some.
Yeah. But then when I come downstairs, I see the cop riding by. I say, "Yo, where you going?" He looking at me like, I was like, "Yeah, I switched bikes. I'm good." So he actually showed me a flatland trick. Like you go inside of the bike, you put your foot on the peg and spin around.
I wonder who it is. You remember his name?
I don't know his name.
There's a bunch of old school flatlanders in New York City.
He's a cop though. That shit was hilarious. I remember one time I got chased. Another time, I jumped on their car.
On the cop car?
As soon as I come out my building, right, they chased me. They was like, "Yo, we just got a call that you was riding earlier. They was about to come to my house and get me." I got a ticket for it eventually, but I come out my building. They behind me already. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Then another cop car, the detectives, they came and tried to cut me off. I had no choice but to jump because it was like a garbage can. They like try to crash into me. I jumped right on it. I was going.
That was it.
I ain't come back home for like a month.
That was it. They ever get you for it?
Yeah.
They always do. Can't outrun the radio.
But they ain't catch me in the street. They ain't catch me on my bike.
They catch you with a bowl of cereal in your hand.
Came at like 6 a.m.
That's bad when they catch you on your bike because then they got to hold your bike for evidence.
And you got to pay to get your bike out.
Nah, you don't.
Oh, you don't got to do that?
You just got to go through a whole bunch of nonsense that you don't want to deal with.
You just call Todd and say, send me a new bike.
I'm not getting caught on my bike.
I hope you never get caught. I hope I never get caught.
They come to my house and get me. I don't care. My bike is just stay there. That's it.
But you got 16 bikes. They can take a couple of them.
Nah, I love all my bikes.
Are they all? How many BMX bikes you got?
I got about 4.
You got a Prowler, right? Hoffman Prowler?
Yeah, Strowler.
A Strowler, that's what it was.
I got a PK Ripper. I got 2 small PK Rippers.
Global Flyer race bike.
Yeah, the Flow Flyer. I got a PK Ripper too.
You got a gangload of bikes. Anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs? Thank yous?
The person who
What's
made
up?
bike. Who the person who made bike?
Who invented bikes? I think his name is Bicycle. Bicycle. His name is.
Bicycle bike.
What's that? Yeah. Question from the. Yeah, here. Come here.
All right, so this question's to like one of you guys. Do you think, since bike life is such a lifestyle, do you think big brands like Nike, Converse, or Jordan's gonna get involved with you guys? Because I've heard rumors that Jordan or Nike is gonna be sponsoring some of the riders, but
They
that's just a rumor.
sponsored Nigel though.
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna get involved
They,
since they're out of
they
BMX?
need to. They need to.
So you guys haven't heard any talk about that?
No.
They
They need to get involved with me.
Jake
I
100.
got so many videos that I could do for them, but I ain't gonna talk about my
Anybody
ideas.
at Nike get at this man?
Jake 100. He's a guy from the UK, white guy that rides a mountain bike, but he's badass.
Yeah, I
And
think he's Ryan Williams or Ryan Taylor's dude. Yeah.
Yeah. He's sponsored by, I don't know if it's
Nike London.
Is it Nike? Yeah. So I've seen them do some shit with him.
Wow,
I
that's
got a lot of
interesting.
ideas. Any sneaker company want me? I got you. I
There's-
ain't gonna tell them my ideas though, cause then they gonna try to take it.
What kind of what's your approach with content? Because you've got more than 250,000 followers. What's your BMX riders are always trying to figure out what do I put out? Do I put out this clip of me riding?
You gotta put out something different.
Yeah, are you more about quality or quantity, or you're just putting out what you're feeling?
Yeah, I just put everything out.
Yeah?
If I get an idea, I think of it. I think of the song. Or I listen to a bunch of songs before I put that video out.
Yeah.
I gotta have the correct. Once I listen to a song, I think of a video
Huh. What's your favorite artist you've seen live?
live. DMX.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, he was pretty much the first one to put a bunch of people together and just go into the streets and get wild. DMX is tight.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Well, I thank both of you gentlemen for coming out and talking to us a little bit about bike life, a little bit about SE. I got inside your brain a little bit. It's been amazing meeting you, riding, popping wheelies with you.
Keep that wheel up.
Keep the wheel up.
All right, man. Thanks for having me again.
Thank you guys. Todd, you want any last words?
I was glad you guys finally got to meet and shit.
I know. It's
like
last
10
time,
years.
yeah.
or
It's
some
been a
shit.
long. It's been a long time. Well, real recognize real and respect this man for what he's doing, and it's awesome because I say it on here all the time. No matter what you guys are into, whether it's fucking popping wheelies or violins, if you immerse yourself in it and you love it and you keep doing it, only good things are gonna happen. And here you got this guy from Harlem. Who knows what any of us would be doing if we hadn't found bikes?
Yep.
And like I said, I'm sure never in a million years did you think not only you're gonna be a sponsored rider, but you're gonna be traveling the world and you're gonna have a fucking bike with your name on it.
Nah, I ain't never think that.
That's the best.
And there's a culture that's been built behind it.
for sure.
You know,
and-
it didn't
and-
exist,
and-
I mean, it did, but not to this level,
But it's like it's almost like BMX in the 80s where you say you're going to have a bike show and you're going to have this one rider and people are going to come just to see that one rider. That's how it was yesterday where I
Yep.
watched almost 100 people show up just to ride with him.
Yep.
What you guys are doing is awesome. You're inspiring kids all over the world. And
that was only like a day notice.
That's what I'm saying. Let's
Imagine
do it
if it was-
again.
imagine
Let's
if it
do it.
was-
We'll do a come up one. We'll get a bunch of everybody. Maybe tag on one of the BMX Goonies ones.
Yeah.
So you guys stay tuned to our Instagram page because we'll post that when you come back. Maybe we'll do it. Have a big D-Blocks ride out barbecue, the whole nine.
Let's get it.
Awesome.
That'd
Well,
be
thank you
dope.
guys so much. You can follow both these guys on
wanna
their
say something?
Instagrams right here. You want to get in on the podcast? What do you want to do? Yeah, hell yeah.
You wanna say what's up?
Come say hi.
It's my homie
Come-
Keith.
Keith.
Keith
When I
picked
first-
him up at the
when I
airport.
first-
in LAX.
Keith picked you up at the airport. Keith, get on this microphone. Say some stuff to us.
What's up? Follow me on Instagram at Keith25.
Fuck, at Keith25. Keith, you ever been attacked by an animal?
Oh yeah, dogs.
What, just dogs? That's my favorite thing to ask somebody that you just met because they always get. Everybody's been attacked by an animal. Did you have to get stitches? Then
never
fuck.
broke
Then
it,
fuck
dog.
those dogs. Fuck those dogs. Thank you for picking this man up at the airport. Thank you guys for watching. A big thanks to Mr. D-Blocks and Mr.
You
Todd
already know this, the Maniac
Lyons.
D-Blocks, live and direct. Y'all already know what's next. Keep your wheels up and your skills up. Ooh.
What's up, motherfuckers? Peace.
Let's get it.
Yo, that was fucking awesome. My G, thank you.